Yerp. Good morning, Saigon. Good evening, West Coast. And good night, East Coast. Wherever you at in the world, we thank you and we welcome you to another beautiful, bountiful, fantastical episode of Body of Work. Thank you, Vish. Thank you, Eddie, for joining. Thank you, everybody tuning in from all over the world, wherever you at, we are happy and grateful that you are here. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you are here with us, tuning in live from where we are at. Again, we thank you so much. This platform is for artists. This platform is for people that have passion. This platform is for anybody that wants to grow just a little bit more, and we are happy and grateful for you today. Today we have yet another special, good evening, Eddie. Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting. We have another special guest, a true warrior, a true person that knows about perseverance, a true, just all around boss, CEO, CFO, fantastical person. You talk about determination, she gonna talk about it. You talk about perseverance, she gonna talk about it. You want to talk about struggle and getting through and the mental capacities, you're gonna talk about it. We are so happy and grateful to have on today's episode CEO and founder of Rooted Wicks, Chelsea. So we just gonna wait for her to tap in for a hot second. But again, we love y'all. We thank y'all. We are so happy and grateful that you are joining us. Again, it's a little late on the East Coast. We thank y'all before y'all heading out or while y'all pregame and doing whatever y'all need to do. We thank y'all for tuning in on the West Coast. I know the sun is just about to set, so we love y'all for tuning in while y'all join in from there. And here in the beautiful country of Vietnam, in the fantastic city of Saigon. And whoever can hear the sound of my voice, I know I'm getting a little excited, I know I'm yelling, but we thank you for joining us. So again, today, we are happy, grateful, and joyous to have this special guest on here. Since day one, since the first day that I met her, she has been a joy. She has been a fantastic source of just love and light and honesty and perseverance. And we are so happy and excited to have her on and to have her tell her story, and for y'all to get some insights through the business world, through the movement world. It is just an honor. I'm excited for this one. I'm happy to hear what she has to say. I'm happy to hear the downloads that are about to happen. So we are Chelsea. If you're on the line, tap in. But again, we are thankful. Before we get started, I just want to let y'all know again. Thank y'all so much for supporting this way. Thank you so much for clicking that link in bio, wherever it is, for the Long Sleeve Radio. Thank you, mix number 24. R.I.P. to the GOAT. To all those who have supported the show through the Cash App, thank you so much. Absolutely. We see you, Charles. All right, if you can just send that request to join, and then we can, get you on here. Again, thank y'all. Tap into that Long Sleeve Radio thank you mix. It is the weekend, so play it on your pregame. Play it when you're going out. Play it. Ask the DJ. Ask the DJ. It is what it is. But right now, we are here. Oh, snap. She's about to jump on. Here we go. Right. Woo! There she is. The lovely, the magnificent. Look at that. That California sun hit different. Look at that light rays coming in. Look at that. She glowing. Woo! We have the one and only Chelsea. So, for those of you who don't know, this beautiful rambling face has been talking to y'all. I am LP, a.k.a. Swens, a.k.a. Shades. If you don't know me in the industry, I haven't been wearing my glasses, but we're going to get to that. And we are happy and grateful and absolutely joyous and going to be attentive today because we have one of the strongest cats, just really one of the strongest cats I know, holding it down on the West Side. So without any more further ado, we're going to hand the floor over to the one, the only, the executive board, the CEO and founder of Rooted Wicks. Chelsea, take it away. Talk to the people. Let them know.
I'm Chelsea. I'm just a young 26-year-old LA girl, okay? When I tell you, over the past few years, I've just been trying to hustle. That's really it. So whether that comes from like learning and like perfecting my craft when it comes to candles, when it comes to perfecting my craft when it comes to like movement, whether it's like learning new yoga postures or like perfecting my Pilates practice. Yeah, right now it's just in the hustle mindset. And I think like throughout time, I've like gotten a lot of different lessons of just how to be more self-sufficient, how to be more independent, how to how to support yourself, advocate for yourself, through whether that be monetary or just like, physical and emotional. I feel like that's what my business ventures have been a symbolic, like, manifestation of, is me just trying to figure out my my hustle, my self-sufficient, my like independence in this world. So, I'm no nothing special. Let's just say that. But I'm trying to do what I do, get this bread, hopefully move my family out the hood, you know what I mean? So that's really my goal, is just make sure I'm like putting on for the next generation, really, honestly.
Wow, that is special. I'm gonna talk for myself and the rest of the audience. We think that is very special. Can you talk a little bit about early on and how you got into movement and Pilates?
Growing up, I was like, one of your heavier set kids, you know what I mean? And it my family would tell you that I went to Moreno Valley with my cousins, and they just like they love to like cook late and like have midnight snacks. And me, like I'm gonna eat the cookies. I'm gonna go to Burger King if you telling me, you know what I mean? So I was all with it, So by like let's say the fourth, fifth grade, I was like really kind of heavy set, especially compared to my siblings. I was the bigger one. So my parents, like, of course, trying to do the best for me and trying to like give us like more opportunities. They put us in every sport, everything possible, from volleyball to basketball to like softball. I'm not saying I was any good at any of this, but I was in it. I even was able, like, fortunate enough to like try capoeira and like, dance and cheer at a very young age. So I'm very fortunate for that. And even though I was like, made fun of or just like, oh, she can't do this stuff, I feel like in my head, I've always had a a way that like movement was therapy for me. I don't think I was very like verbal growing up, or I don't think that I was able to like really express myself. So whenever I was like in sports or in anything that provided movement or just like expression, that's where I like fell into, because I was able to escape the ability of me not being able to express how a normal person would express. So growing up, I don't know. I wasn't never bad at school. Like I've always had like decent grades. Like yeah, I was always a decent like 3.5, 3.0 type of student. So school was never a problem for me. But I feel like I have gravitated towards like more of, like, performance arts, because yeah, it challenges you physically, but also it's a very mental sport or mental like activity, where you have to, yeah, be there physically in the present moment, but you have to train your brain to like be in a different place. You know what I mean? Like I'm not Chelsea when I perform. I have to like give a version of myself that whatever a cause for that like performance or that situation at hand. So I feel like I've always liked that challenge of feeling like, all right, like let me step into this different like role where I can like be 100%, but I don't have to be myself, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
when I went to college, I originally went for political science.
Okay, poli
I
sci. We see
originally
you.
went for
Okay.
science. But I think it was like my second or like third semester there, where I talked like to my professor, and I was like, so what can we actually like really change when it comes to like political science? He's like, this is not the field where you change things. We learn the system and we apply what we learn to the system. And my thing is like, that's not what I wanted to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to just abide by like the systematic rules of what like the bullshit we be like doing. So I had to like really come to terms with myself and be like, is this really what you want to do? Yeah, it sounds nice and it's a pretty title, but does this align with what you see like yourself doing in the future, what you see yourself handling? So I feel like that's why I came to like the realization that like I care I care about my body. I care about like even though we have to make money, I care about us being able to physically be present in the monetary like world, but also have that emotional capacity where we know that even though we're trying to make money, we're still human beings. You know what I mean? As well as that, I feel like I even though I love like moving in itself, I love teaching the younger generation. And I feel like through that aspect, you get to heal your inner child because you learn lessons that like your parents weren't like, yeah, you might have teachers as parents, you might have all that, but like most parents are growing up just trying to like figure out how to parent as they go. You know what I mean? And I feel like with me choosing the aspect of like choosing dance and early child development, I was able to like, yes, find a way to make money, but also find different outlets inside my field where I can heal myself with that. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's what I'm always trying to do is like intertwine the fact that we have to make money in this world, but also get in the fact where like I have to realize I'm a human being still learning and still figuring out myself. So how can I integrate both at the same time, you know? So I feel like that's where kind of dance plays a part. Because I don't know, I don't feel like I I strive to be like the number one best dancer in the world, but I know what the physical activity of dance and movement does for me. So I will always keep on doing regardless of my competitiveness. You know what I mean? Like I dance for my heart and my spirit now, not just for the fact of like performing in a space, you know? So yeah, I don't know. That was a lot of rambling. So
No, that was that again. I'm telling you, whatever the universe is downloading, that's super spot on. You see my blue pen. I'm over here taking notes. I'm over here. I'm listening too. I'm a student of the game, so I'm here listening too. Can you talk? You brought up dancing. You brought up the performance arts. Um, can you talk a little bit about either who are some of your influences, or even just what are some of your influences, even if it's not a person, like what are some of the things that influence you in that space?
uh so growing up, I was like really into like musicals and stuff and like Hairspray. Like literally, I remembered every line, every choreography. I had it down to the T. And then also, I was like in the generation of like making the band and like So You Think You Dance. You know what I mean? So when it comes to like the original OGs, Lorianne Gibson, like Tiana Taylor, like some of those early people when it was like you felt the you felt the passion, but you also felt that like that what is it called, that just aggression, that heart, that like just that hungriness, you know what I mean? And like Logan, me and my sister, we were the first people in the theater to watch Rise. You remember that movie?
Oof, yes.
We actually went to like watch it be like filmed, that and You Got Served, so what it
A classic, a classic.
we stayed there from like the beginning credits to the ending credits. You know what I mean? Like like people was like sweeping as we were still sitting there. So like my thing is, I just remember growing up and seeing people dance with passion. Even if you want to go to like Miss Prissy and like baby tight eyes and all that, like it came from the heart, and I feel like that's what I gravitated towards. And then also like growing up, we used to go to like IDA, Millennium. So like all the teachers there were pretty amazing and they all dance with like some of the greats. So I feel like just growing up and like being able to be in their presence, I feel like gave me some of the determination to like keep on going no matter who and what was around me, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Also I had this amazing, I went to St. Bernard's, so St. Bernard's, okay. Miss Robinson, she was an amazing dance teacher. She was actually the director of their dance program, but literally she was like my mentor for a few years. Her daughters are beautiful, amazing dancers as well, but I just want to like the passion that she put into the dance program in there, I feel like instilled in all of her students that like no matter what field you go to, you still have to put in the same hustle, the same like time, the same like the same just like energy it takes to accomplish or be great at something. You know, we would be like after school, like mind you, everybody would get to like, you know, school probably like 7, maybe like 7:30. You get out at like 3. We would practice from like maybe 3:34 to like 8, 9 o'clock at night. You know what I mean?
Oof.
Yeah, and dance recitals was no joke. You know what I mean? Like we would be in there literally from like we getting out from 3. We don't end dress rehearsal until like 10, 11. You know what I mean? Just because we're trying to get things perfect. You know? And I, yes, like Brittany's all here, so she knows. Like it was no joke when it came to like performing for Miss Robinson, and she made sure that like what she was gonna draw out of you was gonna be the best version of yourself. You know, so I
Yeah.
feel like that instilled in me like back in the day that like yeah, other people can believe in you, but you have to know that like you got this within yourself. No matter who's around you, no matter who's performing next to you, you got to know that you like are top shit. You know, and you better perform like that. You know. So
There's,
yeah, like out of everybody, no matter who I saw in media, no matter like what other coaches, like Miss Robinson was that person to be like, oh yeah, if you want to be great, you got to put that time in. You know what I mean? No matter what it is. And
yeah.
she probably like 60, maybe said like 60. I don't want to like disrespect, but like, you know, she probably could still like bust the splits, do some you know, do some flips, do some pirouettes. Like, yeah, she could probably show out still to this day. So
She's
yeah.
seasoned. She's seasoned. She's seasoned. You talked about the hustle and the energy that those beautiful mentors bring out of you. But when can you talk a little bit about when you're in sort? I guess we're either when you're alone or when you feel like you don't have the energy, right? How do you push through those moments of being empty or depleted or those kind of creative blocks? How do you push through those moments to get to the other side?
Um, You know, I'm still trying to figure that out, to be honest. Like, I feel like I was, I don't want to use the word victim, but I've, like, what's it called? Assimilated to that hustle mindset. So even like in college or even before, like if I'm tired, excuse me, I don't want to look weak. So I'm gonna act like I'm tired, even though I'm not, or even though I am like extremely exhausted. I'm still put the smile on my face and try to keep on going. But I'm learning like nowadays, like especially because I feel like right now in this time I'm just now getting to know who I am specifically. So I'm learning that like when I get to that depletedness, I have to know that like I can't give more to the people I'm working with or working around or those that I need to be present around if I'm not like giving that same energy to myself. You know, and it took me a long time to like understand that, but like I realized I get drained by just like filling everybody else's cup and not knowing that like that is like that's making myself empty, you know? And I feel like I'm naturally a giver. So I don't know, like I don't have that self like control to know like, all right, girl, cut it, stop giving, you know? But I'm getting to the place where I'm trying to recollaborate or like redefine where that trigger, where that like boundary is for me to be like, okay, you gave enough. Now step back, you know, you don't have to give as much energy. You don't need to be so more boisterous. You don't need to like be so much for other people if you're not even doing that for yourself, you know? But
Hmm.
that's that I'm just now getting into the swing of things, you know? Because I burn out fast. I burn out to the T, and I don't even know I burn out until like months after, you know? So I'm just now backwards, like, you can't live like this, baby. Like, you won't last long.
It's easy. Yeah, it's easy to slip into that burnout space. But I'm happy that you brought it up of stepping back and sort of taking care of self. So can you talk a little bit more about what self care looks like for you and what and what those sort of rituals that you do are.
Mind you, I'm just in the stage of like learning my true self and like learning what actually works best for me. Okay, so
Mhm.
like my self care habits in college and maybe like my earlier 20s wasn't like my best, but I'm learning that like the best self care you can do is like being the parent that like to yourself. You know what I mean? Like knowing that in between of like, all right, this is how I'm gonna like treat myself, but this is what I know I need to do to make myself better or to make myself actually release what I've like, you know, what I have in me. You know what I mean? Because like mind you this, I work at a hot yoga studio. So I spend all day 8 hours working there. You know what I mean? I might teach, I might work the front desk, I might have to do a lot of things. Mind you, I get free yoga. So after I'm working the long shift, is that balance of like, okay, so do I take class? Do I work out and release that energy? Or do I go home, smoke weed, drink a glass of wine, and sit in front of the TV and like eat like pizza or something? You know what I
Mm,
mean? It's two different versions of self-care, but it's like which one is gonna, prolong and give you that actual good energy rather than give you the energy that's like gonna be what depleted in the next 10, 30 minutes. You know what I mean? You know,
mm,
it's learning that like you can't always go to instant gratification, you know. I think that's the balance of like learning real self-care, because it's a gimmick now. Like people use self-care as propaganda all the time, so I think like it's hard for you to really understand like what actually is self-care for me. It's
mm.
not always bubble baths and like lighting candles. Sometimes it's you sitting down and doing your homework, or you actually paying the bills that you put off. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I want to say I'm learning that balance of being like, okay, yeah, you want to do this, but you should do this. This is going to be better in the long run. you know. So yeah, it's difficult. It's a challenge like anything else, but I'm trying to be honest with myself at this stage to know like, all right, you done on the fun. Like, how do you actually like balance now?
Mhm, mhm. That's important. That's wow. That's magnificent. That balance is super important. That's been a reoccurring theme that I've been tapping into, of understanding that balance and that instant gratification uh, is definitely something as well, because it's so easy that we can just roll up, or we can pop that cork and be like, let's pour out. But doing the work, and this is something that we've been tapping into. But doing the work is super super important. And speaking of work, why candles?
Why candles?
Why candles?
Because
Rooted
candles
Wicks,
are
CEO,
freaking
boss
expensive.
lady.
Candles at Bath and Body Works is so freaking expensive. Growing up, people used to wake up at 5 a.m. and stand in the Bath and Body Works line for some $15 candles. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it was ridiculous how people are paying so much. So it's still a very selfish thing. Like I make it because I love candles and I love like good ingredients that make my skin and make my body feel well. So I really do it to make sure I'm looking and feeling well. Sorry to be so selfish. But at the same time, like I know that like my friends and like my family love candles so much. So I try to like have a product where I know like I'm giving you something that you need. It's not like I don't do it to make money, so to speak. I do it for, yes, the experience of having like a business, but also the idea of being able to supply my family to what like they like or what like is good for them. You know what I mean? My mama, she love my candles. Like my mama, she is my biggest like, like what's it called? Customer, but not my customer. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, like it's really so like my friends and family can make sure that like, hey, like I got the hookup, like yeah.
Yeah, and to tell you, as a customer, as a reoccurring customer, we love them candles too. Um, we love them candles, because again, if when y'all go back, scroll through the long sleeve service page, when we had the first season of Body of Work, we did a whole spotlight on, I believe it's 3 different flavors of the candles. So go check them out. They are, yes, Selena, they are filled with love. They are fantastic. And Saucier the Better said, Bath and Body doesn't have anything on your candles, girl. That's
That
right. Talk about it. Talk about it.
is,
Um, which one's your favorite right now? Give us your favorite flavor.
I can't lie, like I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna sound really weird, but like all of my different like candle combinations kind of come to me in like my dreams. I know that sounds so like cliche, but like I really don't try to produce like a candle unless like it comes to me naturally, or it's just like like a light bulb moment. So
Mm-hmm.
I want to say my favorite ones are like my first few ones, like the honey and chamomile one, not the honey pot will always be my number one favorite. I don't know. It gives that like perfect combination of like sweet but masculine scent. You know what I mean? And like Manuka honey is like literally one of the best products for your skin. Honestly, guys, I do not like whether it's your skin or like in your body. Like Manuka honey, I would swear by it to this day. And then also the bed and breakfast one. I don't know, that one was just sexy. So I like
It
that
was
one.
sexy. It was
Yeah.
sexy. It was
It,
sexy. It was sexy.
yeah, those first two ones, I can't lie. I outdid myself for that one. Yes. Yeah.
Beautiful. Is there Chelsea, thank you so much for your insight, for your downloads, for sharing your stories and talking about, sort of your mentors and your journey. It's been wonderful. Now this is the part of the show that I'm always excited about, that I love, that we get to have a little bit more. They are to talk to us for our Cali to
Hey,
Brooklyn, from Cali to Brooklyn. Talk to them, yeah. Anthony, yes, you do need to try them candles. Go to her page, cop one. She does have shipping. She can make it out to the East Coast. Shout out to Alden. We love to see it. Yeah, we love it. We love it. But this is the part of the show where we're about to have a little bit more fun. This is called Take It or Leave It. Now, for those of you that are new to the show, new to the program, and don't know what take it or leave it means, if you take something, that means you would boom, and another follow. And that's, before we get into take it or leave it, that is something that I'm happy about what this platform is that if you just get one more follower or one more person to interact with your art, my heart is filled, and I know the producers of the show, we are super excited about. So Anthony, thank you so much. We might have to have you on too, because I see your tattoo art. We're gonna talk about that. But take it or leave it with Chelsea. If you take something, that means you would water your plants. You would take it out on a date for a long walk on the beach. You would introduce it to your mama, right? If you
okay.
leave it something, that means you would kick it to the curb. You wouldn't even care what receptacle you would put it in. You would leave it at home. So,
Okay.
Chelsea, CEO, founder of Rooted Wicks. First, take it or leave it. Hand lotion. You taking
Mm,
it, you leaving it.
we gotta leave it. I'm an oils girl. If it's
Ooh!
oils, like
Ooh!
I do look down on people who like just use a majority of lotion. So yeah, like just letting you know. Sorry.
No, that's all gravy, all gravy. Because if you like them candles, you use them the right way.
Same.
Yeah, you all oiled up. There you go.
Yes.
Next one, birds. You taking them or you leaving them?
What type of birds? Are we talking about like what's like pelicans and like, what's well, not penguins. What's the city birds?
Oh, pigeons.
Pigeons.
I'm talking the whole category,
we gonna
of birds.
I don't really like birds like that. I can't lie. Mm-mm.
Did you leaving them?
We leave it.
Sunsets. You taking them or you leaving them?
You gotta take a sunset.
Love a
Yeah.
good, love a kiss.
Yeah.
And that California sun hit different.
Yeah,
So
it's a this honestly, what would I do without the sun? Honestly. Me and best friends, okay?
we
So,
love it. We love it.
always.
Waterfalls. Are you taking them or are you leaving them?
So I love waterfalls, but I have this thing about water in my eyes. You know what I mean?
I do. I do.
I will freak the fuck out if it's too much water in my eyes. I will not lie to you. But they're beautiful, like, So I guess I'll take it with my like dumbass eyes. Like I'll take it. Oh, yeah, take it.
All right. Randy's Donuts. You taking them or you leaving them?
As a OG, like chubby girl for life, like I loved donuts when I was younger, but now that I get older, I don't fuck with donuts like that. I'll have like a bite, but that's like it. Like donuts is cool, but I don't see how like my dad used to buy like boxes of donuts and like leave it in like the like kitchen on Saturdays and Sundays. But literally I can't even eat that. You know what I mean? Like my mouth, I don't know. It just can't take too much sweets now. So I gotta leave it. Yeah. All that just I'm gonna leave it.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Next one. Theraguns or hand massagers. Theraguns. You taking them or you leaving them?
You know me, man. I keep strap on me. Okay.
You keep that thing on you.
I got the mobile one. I got my at home. Okay. Oh hell yeah. Wait, that's not even a question. You should know me. Like you should know.
Selena said that. She was like, no, you know she's gonna take that one out.
Come on.
You know, but I love it too, so I want the people to know about them. I love it. Fuzzy socks. Are you taking them? Or are you leaving them?
This summer I'm gonna leave it, but if it's winter I'm gonna take it. But this summer, hell no. I was sweaty just you saying it. Honestly, I got sweaty for you just saying fuzzy socks. So nah. You leave that shit at home. Yeah, no.
And the last one, books. Books. Are you taking them or are you leaving them?
You gotta take them. You gotta
Yeah.
take books. Yeah. I
Is
feel
is
what? What you
is
say?
there anything? Is there anything you're currently reading? Anything in your
Current.
in the deck?
I mean, whether it's like Pilates journals and things like that, that's probably it. But like, I have not had time to like pick up like a novel or a book since like, me being in like the hospital and all that. But I read like It's All About Love. Like, that was the last book I read and that was really good. Yeah. Shout out to Selena because I was supposed to give that back, but I didn't. So, but,
In due time. In,
where it's at now.
in due time. That's beautiful. Thank you. CEO, founder of Rooted Wicks, Chelsea, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to talk to us, to talk to the people. Everybody here watching live and on the playback, we are so happy that you are here. Chelsea, is there anything else you want to say? You want to give any shout outs? Let the people know where they can cop your stuff?
Shout out to anybody who tuned in today. Shout out to Ebony, Brittany, Selena. I love you guys. Yeah, I sell candles, but I also do yoga, Pilates. If you're in the LA area, follow me, Mac and Chose. Also, Rooted Wigs. I'll post both on there, whether it's candle content or like body movement stuff. So yeah, all about health and fitness and just wellness and taking care of ourselves and making ourselves feel good in our bodies. So yeah, thank you guys for making me feel special. LP, I appreciate it. So yeah, that's it. Thank you guys. I love you guys.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Yes, the saucier the better. Yes.
yes.
If you are in the LA area, make sure you tap into
Oh,
that 6:30.
guys,
I'm sorry, 6:15. Don't be late. Don't be late.
my bar class is popping.
Her bar class. We took that bar class, and when I tell you that was one of the best Friday mornings to start off with, it is fantastic. So go tap into her bar class, everything health, fitness, yoga, because again, that ties in with her CBD candles, the healing properties, the sexy properties, everything about it is fantastic. So again, Chelsea, thank you so much for joining us. For here, everybody at NBC, everybody at Garden Parties in Diodora, everybody from South Philly to South Central LA to Saigon, we thank you. From myself, from T-Dot, and from everybody here at Long Sleeve Service, we thank you so much. Have a beautiful day, and we'll holla at y'all on the next one.
Bye.